नमस्कार विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो, मी विवेक कुमार आपलं स्वागत करतो आपल्या चॅनल जीके कॅनमध्ये. आज आपण प्रेशर मेजरमेंट हायड्रोस्टॅटिकचा 11वा लेक्चर बघणार आहोत. व्हिडिओ लेक्चर बघणार आहोत ज्यामध्ये हायड्रोस्टॅटिक फोर्सेस ऑन प्लेन सरफेस आपण बघणार आहोत. सो विल स्टार्ट with the new topic, that is hydrostatic forces on plane surface. So give the heading hydrostatic forces. Hydrostatic forces. So what is meant by hydrostatic forces? When a fluid is in contact with any solid surface, then there will be a normal force acting due to the static fluid, and this force is called as the hydrostatic force. Okay, what is? Write down first point. When a fluid is in contact with any solid surface, then there will be a normal force acting due to the static fluid, and this force is called hydrostatic force. Okay, why we require the hydrostatic force? The hydrostatic force causes the deflection to the containing or supporting body, which affect the design of the supporting member of the fluid. Okay, so the importance of hydrostatic force, because the hydrostatic force causing the deflection to the containing or supporting body in which fluid is present, and hence it affects, that is hydrostatic force affects the design of that supporting body. So that's why we have to need to understand what is the hydrostatic force. Example here: water tanks, reservoir, dams, channel gates, water regulated gates. So these are the examples where we need to find out the hydrostatic force for design of these gates, dams, reservoir and channel gates. Okay, now the practical significance of hydrostatic force are for designing the dams, overhead tanks, okay, log gates and similar civil engineering applications. Practical application or significance of hydrostatic force is comes in picture where you have to design what? Overheaded tanks, dams, container, log gates and similar civil engineering applications. Okay, similar civil engineering application. So for that purpose, the significance of hydrostatic force comes in picture. Okay, so what is the hydrostatic force? We will see. Okay, now here we will understand the concept first. Here we will understand the concept, the forces on plane surfaces. Okay, we will see the concept here first. What are the forces on plane surface, and then we will derive the hydrostatic force equation. Okay, so in this case you have to first understand what is meant by uniform and non uniform pressure distribution. Okay, uniform and non uniform pressure distribution. Second, the location of center of gravity. What is my center of gravity? CG. Okay, CG is that point through which the whole weight of the body passes. Okay, CG is that point through which whole weight of body passes. We know. Then third, location of center of pressure. This is the new term. We will see what is my center of pressure. Generally, center of pressure is that point through which the resultant hydrostatic force will pass. Center of pressure is a point through which resultant hydrostatic force will pass. We will see the term in coming lectures. Okay, so these are the three basic types you have to understand. What is meant by uniform, non-uniform pressure distribution, and location of center of gravity and location of center of pressure. Okay, so for that purpose we will consider first here tank. I'll move. So this is the consider a tank. Here I will draw the tank. Consider a tank here. Okay, so consider a tank here. We have a closed tank and a pressure gauge which is attached to the tank. Okay, tank consists of a gas. So pressure distribution in tank is uniform or constant because pressure will not change with respect to height in case of gas. So this tank consists of gas. Okay, what is this tank consists of a gas. Okay, so pressure distribution in a tank is uniform. So what is considered? This is a plane A, B, C, D. This point A, B, C and D. This gas having some pressure, and this pressure is acting on this plane A, B, C, D. Okay, the pressure, it is denoted by pressure gauge, and this pressure is constant and uniform because pressure will not change with respect to height in case of gas. Gas will occupy the all volume of the tank uniformly. So therefore here we can write down here in case of gas pressure will not change with respect to the height. Okay, with respect to the height. Therefore pressure on plane ABCD is uniform. Therefore pressure on plane ABCD is uniform. Is uniform, and this pressure has equal height intimates that pressure is uniform. Okay, now if the pressure is uniform, consider a strip area dA and pressure P have exerted a pressure force of dF. Now we will consider a strip here. On this plane we will consider a strip here of area dA. Consider strip of area dA. Okay, because pressure is uniform here, pressure is uniform, and consider a strip of area on plane ABCD that is dA area. So this pressure will act on dA area. Pressure is uniform, so therefore the force exerted by the pressure on the area dA will be dF. Therefore dF is the force exerted by a pressure P on area dA. So therefore, how can I write out this equation? I will write down this equation dF equal to integral of P into dA, because we are considering only small elemental area dA or strip area on ABCD. So we will add all this area, elemental area, so we will use the integration sign, and P is constant here. P is constant, so take it out. P dF equal to P into area into dA. Okay, so area, integral of elemental area, so integrate on this side also. So F equal to here P into integral of dA area, small elemental area, will be the total area A. So this pressure here, this pressure is the average pressure. Pressure is average pressure. Okay, this pressure is average pressure in case of gas. So we can write down the formula for pressure in case of gas acting on a planar surface ABCD. So F equal to P average into area. Okay, so this is the normal force acting on a plane ABCD when gas is filled in a tank, closed tank. This is in case of gas. Okay, in case of gases. This is the resultant force. And this resultant force will pass through the center of gravity of this plane ABCD or rectangle ABCD. This resultant force will pass to the center of gravity of the rectangle ABCD. For this pressure, for this point, you have to mark the center of gravity of the rectangle ABCD. We know how to mark the center of gravity. So here, take the midpoint of AB and midpoint of AD. You will get this point is called center of gravity. It will be G. It will be known as G. And this resultant force will pass through the center of gravity of the rectangle. And this pressure is uniform distribution. Because same force and because this is the gas. Okay. So if you see, the rectangle is also uniform. This pressure rectangle is also uniform. I will write down here, draw the diagram here. This is the P. So center of pressure is the point through which the whole pressure will pass. Okay, so mark the center of pressure here. This is uniform, so mark the center of pressure. Center of pressure will be for pressure distribution. Okay, so it will be CP. So CP somewhere here. Okay, CP somewhere here. CP. Okay, center of pressure. So if you see, the rectangle is uniform. This pressure distribution is uniform. So rectangle is also uniform. So center of pressure somewhere here we will mark. Okay. If we project CP on this plane ABCD, we see that CP and CG will coincide. If we project CP on the plane ABCD, then CP and CG will coincide. So the conclusion here is that CG will be the point where the resultant force will pass through the rectangle, and CP you have to mark where the pressure distribution is uniform. You have to mark the center of pressure. Okay, and project the center of pressure on the plane ABCD and find out where CP lies. In this case, CP and CG will coincide because the pressure distribution is uniform and it is a planar surface. Okay, so this is the case 1 we have seen here, where a tank is filled with the gas. Now in second case we will see the liquid is present in a tank. Okay, the liquid is present in a tank. Now we will start with the case 2, in which liquid is present in a tank. Liquid is present in tank. So in case of liquid, pressure is given by, in case of liquid we know pressure is given by, pressure P is given by rho into G into H. Okay, H will be depth. So the maximum pressure is at bottom because this is the H. If you find out, this is the total depth. Okay, and this is the free surface of liquid. So if you find out it, pressure will be maximum at this bottom because height is maximum. Okay, and if it goes on upper side, the pressure goes on decreasing and pressure is 0 at the top free surface, and pressure is 0 here at the top free surface, P equal to 0. Okay, so how will we draw the pressure distribution here? Consider a plane ABCD here once again, A, B, C and D. A, B, C, D. Okay, this is the plane we consider here. So pressure will be at this point, will be somewhere point here, then this pressure, some maximum pressure. As depth is increasing, pressure will goes on increasing because this is formula rho G H. So here will be maximum pressure. Okay, the pressure will be maximum at the bottom side. So this is the pressure distribution on this plane A, B, C, D. Now for that purpose, consider once again an elemental area dA here. I will draw an elemental area dA somewhere here. This will be dA area, elemental area dA. Consider elemental area dA. Area dA. We know pressure at the point is given by P is equal to rho GH. Rho GH. And find the force. The force on this elemental area will be dF. dF is the force on elemental area dA. So we know dF equal to integral of P into dA. So integral dF equal to, we know P is under root rho into G into H into dA. Here P is variable. Because pressure is changing as H is changing. Depth of immersion is changing. Okay. So here rho is constant, G is constant, density of fluid is constant, and G also no constant. So take it outside. So here F will be, therefore F equal to rho into G integral of H into dA. This is equation number 1. Consider this equation number 1. Now we know the definition of centroid. The point from which the whole weight of body passes. So it is given by the formula x bar is integral of x dA upon integral of dA. Okay, is nothing but integral of x dA upon area, total area. So similarly we can write down h bar is integral of h into dA upon area. Therefore we can replace integral h dA by h bar into area in equation number 1. Can we replace it? Okay, yes, we can replace it. So here equation 1 becomes F equal to here rho into G into h bar into area. So this is the hydrostatic force, total hydrostatic force acting on a planar surface ABCD, where h bar is the centroid position, centroid or center of gravity position from free surface level, that is h bar is nothing but, you can write down, is the vertical distance measured from free surface level to the centroid. It is vertical distance measured from free surface level to the centroid, So here in this diagram, mark the centroid. We know how to mark the centroid for rectangle. We have somewhere here, so it will be G. So from the free surface level, so we can write down h bar, we can mark the h bar, this height is taken as h bar, okay. We get the h bar. Now we locate the center of gravity. Now our aim is to locate the center of pressure, okay. So center of pressure we locate for the pressure distribution. So pressure distribution here is non-uniform, because at the bottom the pressure is maximum as depth is maximum, and pressure is goes on decreasing as we are going in the upward direction. So this is the non-uniform pressure distribution. So it will form a triangular shape. So naturally centroid will shift it. Here we can find out the center of pressure. The center of pressure is nothing but the centroid for pressure distribution, okay. We'll see in this. So our pressure distribution is like this triangle, okay, somehow like this, okay. Here pressure is 0 and here pressure is maximum, okay. So this is the triangular figure. So naturally centroid will shift it somewhere at the bottom point. Center of pressure will find from pressure distribution. Here pressure distribution is non-uniform. In gas case, in the gases case, the pressure distribution is uniform, but in this case the pressure distribution is non-uniform. We know for centroid for a triangle is 2/3 from the apex, it will be 2/3 from the apex and 1/3 from the base. We know it is 2/3 from the apex and 1/3 from the base, okay. So locate the centroid for the pressure distribution is the position of your Cp, okay. So somewhere here will be Cp will act, okay, and from the Cp the resultant hydrostatic force will pass. So we locate the center of pressure, okay. We locate the center of pressure here. In this case both center of gravity G and center of pressure Cp are at different location. So mark here the center of pressure here. So center of pressure is somewhere here, Cp, and project the center of pressure on this plane ABCD. We get somewhere here Cp. So in this diagram we conclude that the center of pressure lies below the center of gravity. Lies below the center of gravity, and this is a special case of vertical plane angle of 90 degree, and this is the case where it is the pressure is acting on a vertical plane, okay. So what is the procedure here? You have to first locate the centroid of plane ABCD and measure the distance from the free surface level, that is called h bar, and measure the distance from the free surface level, that is called as the h bar. This is the h bar, and measure the distance from the free surface level, that is called as the h bar. So h bar is the distance of center of gravity below the free surface level. Now locate the center of pressure with the help of pressure distribution, and locate this center of pressure and project the center of pressure on the plane ABCD. So you will find out Cp, and the distance of Cp from the free surface level is called as HCP. It is called HCP. So, okay. So distance of center of pressure from the free surface level is called as HCP. This is called as the HCP. Okay. So HCP is the distance below the free surface level through which resultant hydrostatic force will pass, and from this point center of pressure, from the center of pressure resultant hydrostatic force will pass. This resultant hydrostatic force is nothing but rho into G into h bar into A. This is the resultant hydrostatic force will pass. Okay. In the both the cases, for HCP and h bar, the distance is measured from the free surface. Okay. The distance is measured from the free surface. We have seen two cases. One is gas, tank is filled with gas for vertical face ABCD, plane ABCD, and case 2, liquid is filled in tank for vertical plane ABCD. Now we will see the next cases, that is for bottom phase in case of gas and bottom phase in case of liquid. Okay, so we will see what will happen. Okay. So resultant force for vertical phase, here we will see resultant hydrostatic force, for liquid on vertical plane, we find out is given by F equal to rho into G into h bar into area. Okay, and this resultant force will pass through center of pressure, where here h bar, what is h bar? H bar is distance, that is vertical distance from free surface level to the center of gravity of plane, any plane. Okay, and HCP we also define. HCP is the vertical distance from free surface level to the center of pressure of plane. Okay, the center of pressure of the plane, and this force, resultant force, will pass through the point is called center of pressure, CP. Okay, is called center of pressure. This is for vertical plate. Okay, now we will go for the bottom face. Okay, now consider for gas, once again this is the tank, you have to draw it. Here consider a tank in which gas is present. Okay, and consider a bottom plane ABCD. So pressure will act on this plane, will be like this P, on this planar bottom face. So in this case, the uniform pressure is acting on the bottom place. Here on bottom plane ABCD, on bottom face ABCD, uniform pressure is acting. Okay, and it is also called as the horizontal plane. Also called as the horizontal. It is also called as the horizontal plane. Horizontal plane. Okay. So pressure distribution is same, that is uniform. So formula here, pressure distribution is same. Okay. So formula force, hydrostatic force is average pressure into area is applicable in gases for both the cases. Both cases. That is vertical plane, vertical and horizontal plane. If you find out, we have seen in case of tank, this is the formula resultant force for vertical face, vertical plane. Okay, ABCD. This formula, because here pressure distribution is uniform in case of gas, so here also on the bottom face pressure distribution is uniform. So the formula hydrostatic force F equal to P average into area is same for horizontal plane in case of gas. Okay. Now we will see in case of liquid what will happen. For liquid, what will happen? Okay. So once again I will draw a tank here. Consider a tank is filled with a liquid. Okay, liquid, and consider a plane, horizontal plane A, B, C and D, that is bottom face. Consider this plane, that is horizontal bottom face or horizontal plane. The liquid is filled at a height of h. This is the depth of immersion h. The force acting on this plane is P, as the height depth h is same at all point on horizontal plane A, B, C, D. So therefore pressure is equal acting on horizontal plane ABCD. So pressure distribution here, pressure distribution is uniform in case of horizontal plane. So you can use directly formula hydrostatic force F equal to P average up into area. Okay, because pressure is constant. Here pressure is not variable. Here pressure is constant, that is uniform, because depth is uniform. Depth is constant at each and every point of the horizontal face. So for gases for horizontal plane and for liquid for horizontal plane, the formula will be same. Okay, formula will be same. So we can write down some note here. So note 1 we can write down here. In case of gas, if you take vertical plane or horizontal plane, the pressure distribution is same. Okay. In case of gas, if you take vertical plane or horizontal plane, the pressure distribution is uniform. So the formula F equal to P into A, pressure into area, is applicable to both the cases. Is applicable to both the cases. Okay. Second note, in case of liquid, for horizontal plane we have the uniform pressure distribution, and for vertical plane we have the non-uniform pressure distribution. Okay. So here in case of liquid, for horizontal plane we have uniform pressure distribution. So we use formula F equal to pressure into area. But for vertical plane, the pressure distribution is non-uniform. We see in the earlier case non-uniform. So the formula we used as F equal to rho into G into H bar into area is the formula for vertical phase in case of liquid. Got it? And third point, whenever there is a uniform pressure distribution, the center of gravity and center of pressure coincides. Okay, so whenever there is uniform pressure distribution, the center of pressure, that is Cp, and center of gravity is denoted by G, coincides. This is important point you have to note down. Okay, whenever there is a uniform pressure distribution, the center of pressure and center of gravity coincides, lies in the same point, that is coincide. And when there is non-uniform pressure distribution, for non-uniform pressure distribution, Cp, the center of pressure, and Cg, center of gravity, are different. Okay, are different. So these are the points you have to understand here. Note down this point. Now we will understand what is meant by uniform pressure distribution. Okay. Now see the uniform pressure distribution. What is meant by uniform pressure distribution? So a plane surface or a flat surface of arbitrary shape, the description of pressure at all points along the surface is called pressure distribution. Okay, a plane surface or a flat surface or arbitrary shape. Okay, here a description of pressure at all points along a plane surface is called pressure distribution is called pressure distribution. When pressure is same at each and every point on a plane surface is called uniform pressure distribution. Let's say when pressure is same along the each and every point of plane surface is called uniform pressure distribution. Uniform pressure distribution. Okay, got it? So consider a plate here. So consider a plate here. This is the plate, plane surface. This is the plate. It is called as the edge view, and this is the two shape. Here pressure will be act like this on this planar surface. Okay, this is called as the uniform pressure distribution. The P. Okay, it's called as the uniform pressure distribution. Okay, so this is the area. This is the, how to locate. You have to first mark the center of gravity of this circular plate. This will be center will be G. Then project it on a plate. It will be G. Okay, and this is the uniform pressure distribution. So Cp will lies here. This is the rectangular form. So like this Cp. So Cp and Cg will coincide. So here also Cp. This is the uniform pressure distribution. Okay. So Cp is the center of pressure. Okay. This is called as the uniform pressure distribution. Now we will next move to the hydrostatic pressure distribution. Okay. So hydrostatic pressure distribution. Hydrostatic pressure distribution, we will see. What is my hydrostatic pressure distribution? I will draw a diagram here. Okay. So this is the hydrostatic pressure distribution. What is my hydrostatic pressure distribution? When a pressure distribution is produced by a liquid or a fluid in a hydrostatic equilibrium, then it is called as the hydrostatic pressure distribution. Okay. So what is meant by hydrostatic pressure distribution? When, write down, when a pressure distribution, when a pressure distribution is produced by a fluid in hydrostatic equilibrium. Hydrostatic equilibrium. Then is called hydrostatic pressure distribution. Okay, so this is the plate is attached here. This is the plate and this is the circular plate. If you draw, this is the edge view. If you draw the true shape of this, so this will a circular plate. Okay, so here the pressure distribution on this point will be different because this is the depth h1, so pressure will be p1. This is depth h2, so p2. This is pressure h3, p3. So here pressure will be varying as depth of immersion will be varying. So there will be non-uniform pressure distribution among this point. Okay, this will be non-uniform pressure distribution. Non-uniform pressure distribution. Okay. So here mark the CG of the plane first. So how to find out CG? You can find out CG of the circle. G, and project it on the edge view, so it will be at this point G. and the hydrostatic pressure force will pass to the center of pressure. Center of pressure, how to mark the center of pressure? We know it is center of pressure will be located on the pressure distribution, so it will be at somewhere here, Cp. So project it on this point, it will be Cp, and project it on this, it will be Cp. So at the resultant hydrostatic force will pass through the Cp, will be F. Okay, we know that, we learn this. The distribution is non-uniform. What is distribution is non-uniform. Therefore, resultant force will be calculated by formula. What is the formula? Rho into G into H bar into A is the formula. Okay, so resultant hydrostatic force will be calculated as F equal to rho into G into H bar into A. And it is always passed through the center of pressure. Okay, so that's it for today. विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो, तुम्हाला जर हा व्हिडिओ आवडला असेल तर आमच्या चॅनल जीके ज्ञानला अवश्य सबस्क्राईब करा. डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्समध्ये टेलिग्राम चॅनलची लिंक दिलेली आहे, तर टेलिग्राम चॅनल अवश्य जॉईन करा. थँक्यू, धन्यवाद. जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र.